Today on the TV24 News, Oxford police officers honored, Calhoun County probate judge candidates, Piedmont drug bust, Alabama bill to invalidate driver's license for illegal immigrants. These stories plus weather with Lacey Klontz and sports coming up.
It's now time for the TV24 News, presented to you by Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden.
Thank you for tuning in to the TV24 News. I'm Shasta Jones. Here's the news for Wednesday, February 28th, 2024. Last night was a special night in the city of Oxford as 3 of Oxford's police department were honored for their heroic accomplishments for the citizens. Let's take a look at the ceremony.
So it's with great honor and service for us, the American Legion, that I would come today to present an award for someone who gives of their time and their sacrifice to keep us safe in the city. And through this, on behalf of the American Legion, we'd like to give Law Enforcement of the Year award to Austin Pitts of the Oxford Police Department for your faithful service and assistance in the apprehension of an active shooter, which demonstrated courage and honor in the performance of your duty. And on behalf of the American Legion, we would like to present this award to you.
In the day and age we live in right now, we see the negativity every day of what law enforcement goes through across our country. They're really down. Every single day there's negative news stories and everything that you see on social media or the news media itself. And I think it's extremely important that we recognize the good things that our officers do. Tonight we're going to give 2 commendations out. And I'm going to give you a little background of what happened. On January the 5th, the police department received a call of an individual who had shot himself. And he called 911 and apparently realized that what he had done, and the police responded to the scene along with the paramedics. But when we got there, he had barricaded himself with the weapon and refused to put it down. As he was sitting there, we had officers who responded, who were negotiating with him. We had negotiators negotiating with him to put the weapon down. He still refused to do so. And I want to recognize 2 police officers, a sergeant and an officer tonight, an investigator, who was at that scene, who took charge and was able to disarm him while they distracted him and got the gun away from him so that he could receive medical treatment. And we're going to present 2 commendations tonight. One is to Officer Michael Green. If you'll come forward. Officer Green put his life in harm's way to disarm this individual so he could receive help. With that, we're giving you this commendation. Our next commendation goes to Sergeant Jonathan Michael. Jonathan was the supervisor on duty, the first supervisor at the scene. Sergeant, let's do it.
The Calhoun County Chamber of Commerce had an event last night at the Oxford Civic Center. The candidates for Calhoun County probate judge shared about their experience and answered some questions in hopes to gain votes for March 5th. We will have a couple more segments from them this week, so here's the first one, with each of the candidates telling about their experience and why they should be your next probate judge.
The probate judge position has been long referred to as the people's judge. Because of the duties of the probate judge, they're intertwined into everyone's life in some fashion. What qualifications do you bring to the position, from education to experience, that is most important to the citizens of Calhoun County to consider you the most qualified for your next probate judge?
Thank you for that question. I've been impressed with for 15 years. I've been 26 years. I have, over the years, I've worked with a team player. I've worked with a team leader, both professionally and personally. Both professionally as representing clients, advocating, being their voice in the courtroom, and also personally as working as a team player in the community and bringing our community together and bridging the gaps. I have always worked well with the community and have presented myself as a leader. I have a master's degree, I have a Juris Doctorate, and of course an associate's and bachelor's in business administration. So I have 2 business degrees, 2 criminal justice degrees, and I also have a Juris Doctorate. And I was born and raised here, and I've been here my entire life, and I've just always been here and available to the community when there's a need. But I've also represented a lot of people in the courtroom over the last 15 plus years.
My education, training, and experience span the gambit from accounting, finance, law enforcement, and mental health. I have a Bachelor's of Science degree in accounting and finance, a Master's of Science in counseling and education, specialist degree in counseling. I am a licensed professional counselor. I was CFO, Chief Financial Officer at Lee Brass here and at the McWayne Science Center for their first year of operation. I got my master's degree and went to work for the Family Links, which was kind of under the auspices of the Sheriff's Office. I was a counselor there for at-risk kids, teaching parent classes, and became a reserve deputy. The Sheriff Emerson, put me in charge of the jail, and then in 2007, Alice Martin, our current probate judge, appointed me the very first mental health officer for the county. Under that appointment, I had the authority to take people off the street who were in a mental health crisis and have them held in the hospital for 72 hours and follow up with commitments, petitions for commitments. I've done hundreds of those. And then I retired in 2019 from the Sheriff's Office as Chief Deputy, went into private practice. I was a licensed counselor and adjunct teacher at JSU. So my experience runs that whole gambit. I have executive level experience both in the public and private sector. I've supervised civil service employees, managed companies with $50 million in budget, number 600 employees, and I'm familiar with all of that process of management and all that. I hope to continue to be an advocate for the mentally ill here in the county, and we'll work toward improving the access to care and improved treatment. Thank you.
So my education experience is a little bit different. I started out as a United States Marine. I was in the Marine Corps until I retired in 2013. While I was in the Marine Corps, I was able to complete my bachelor's in social science, my master's in human resources management and organizational development. After that, after I retired, I was able to do some different things, which is I was a finance director for the city of Anniston, and I also went back to school. I got my master's in forensic psychology, and I got my Juris Doctorate at law while I was working full time. The probate court is different. The probate court, you're not talking about someone that's just taking a judgeship. You're not talking about someone that just sits on a bench and makes courtroom decisions. The probate court is split. You have the court side, but you also have the administrative side. The administrative side is just as important. So on the courtroom side, I am an attorney, and I'm also guardian ad litem. On the admin side, I'm also very familiar with government administration, records keeping, all the different things that are administrative, because my role in the Marine Corps was administrative. I think that managing people is also something that's important, because the probate office there's quite a few people that work there, and I also have pretty extensive management experience. So when you really put the education, the experience, and just demeanor with people all together, I do believe that I'd be the best fit for this role and would serve people of Calhoun County well.
Piedmont Police Chief Nathan Johnson announced a major drug bust arrest that was made on February 21st. The suspect, Preston Eugene Keller, was stopped by the Piedmont Police as he failed to stop at a stop sign, accelerated at a high rate of speed, and was riding the shoulder of the road per the Calhoun Journal. It was during this traffic stop that investigators seized 66 grams of methamphetamine, marijuana, drug paraphernalia, a 9mm gun, and over $2,000. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for March 18th for Mr. Keller, and he is currently being held on $34,000 bond. Alabama State Senator Arthur Orr from Decatur is looking to have a bill passed in Alabama that would target a class of driver's licenses issued by another state exclusively to undocumented immigrants who are unable to prove lawful presence in the United States. Orr got the idea for this from a provision in Florida's omnibus illegal immigration bill. SB 108 would invalidate any driver license of a non-resident driving a motor vehicle in the state issued in another state if the license is of any class of licenses issued exclusively to undocumented immigrants unable to prove lawful presence in the United States. On February 21st, the Alabama Senate Fiscal Responsibility and Economic Development passed 10-1 that non-residents who are able to prove their lawful presence in this country would be exempt from the policy. The National Conference of State Legislatures notes that 19 states currently give driver's licenses to unauthorized immigrants, or says this bill follows the residency requirements of the Real ID driver's licenses. They are not supposed to be giving driver's licenses to people who have no green card, no court date, no nothing. For those caught driving with this special class of driver's licenses, a citation would be given and require the Alabama State Law Enforcement Agency to maintain a list of out-of-state driver's licenses classes that are invalid in Alabama. Currently, though, only Connecticut and Delaware would fall into this category targeted by this piece of legislation, as they are the only two states who offer licenses that are distinguishable from other classes of driver's licenses, per yahoo.com. Let's move on to sports. Last night in the state semifinals for girls basketball, the Anniston High School Lady Bulldogs fought hard against T.R. Miller, but in the end, they weren't able to pull off the win. The Lady Bulldogs fell with a 28-33 loss. I believe that's going to be it for sports today. We want to thank you for watching the TV24 News presented by Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden. We're going to leave you with your area weather forecast from Lacey Klontz. Signing off from Oxford, Alabama. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
For today's Forecast Extra, everyone here in Oxford and in parts of central Alabama, we are under a wind advisory in effect until 6 o'clock p.m. this evening. We are expecting southwest winds that are 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Everyone, please take precaution. And tonight, temperatures are getting down to 35 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. And then tomorrow, the high is only going to be 56 degrees, and we'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine. Now for the 7-day, we are seeing a chance of rain every single day. Friday, a 40% chance. Saturday and Sunday, a 30% chance. Monday, a 70% chance. Tuesday, 60%. And Wednesday, 55%. And the high temperatures are all over the place. Friday, 57. And then Saturday, it's all the way up to 69. With Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, it will be in the low 70s. And then Wednesday, a high of 69. It is all over the place. I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV24 weather.
I'm Shirley Millwood, and I'm running to be Calhoun County's next Republican probate judge. As a Christian, conservative mother, protecting Calhoun County values matters to me. As the only attorney in this race with more than a decade of experience practicing law in probate courts, I am the only candidate with the experience to serve from day one. When you're a judge making decisions that impact people's lives, that experience matters. I'm Shirley Millwood, and I'm asking for your vote on March 5th.
You may not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 2324 Silverado Light Duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 24 Team 1 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox. 24 models. You got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team 1 Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upper Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
I'm Alan Parnell with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.